snack. Me and you gonna have a little chat about books. Hi guys! So today I'm going to be doing a book review, and that book that I'm going to be reviewing is Shadow and Bone, which is the first book in the Grisha trilogy, which is by Leigh Bardugo.
I hope that's how you pronounce it. I'm really not sure, so sorry if I messed that up.
So I really enjoyed this story. I kind of picked it up on impulse. I wasn't planning to, but I ended up really enjoying it, so definitely I thought it was worth reviewing. I gave it 4 stars out of 5, purely because there was a lot that I still don't know and a lot that could have been put into the story and sort of described in more detail, and I really would have enjoyed that. So other than that, it was a very good story. So it was quite different to stuff that I've read before because it was actually set in a sort of Russian-esque world, which was really cool. There was a lot of words that were very sort of Russian sounding, and I really enjoyed that because I've never really read that many books that are to do with Russia. The Bronze Horseman, which I'm reading currently, is also set in Russia, but that's kind of historical fiction, whereas this is very much fantasy, and I really enjoyed it. Basically, Grishas are these kind of magical people who, they help the people and they're kind of above the people. They have their own society in which they kind of spend most of their time, but they are essentially supposed to be servants of the people, and they're supposed to help them with things and so on. They're meant to be good, pure people who will use their powers for good, but of course there are always exceptions to that rule. So we come into the story following 2 characters, but our main one is called Alina, and she is actually quite an interesting character because she and her friend Mal are orphans, and they are kind of different from a lot of the other people in the world because they kind of have their own unique abilities and things that they can do that other people can't. So they're really interesting to read about, and they definitely have some interesting quirks to them. Alina was a kind of very strong character, although she did have a lot of self-doubt, and that was quite interesting to see her develop as character, and as it got towards the end she certainly grew from where she was right at the beginning when we first pick up her story. She's very focused on trying to fit into the world. She feels like she doesn't fit, like she's a bit of an outcast, and she doesn't know where her place in society is. So she really just is trying her best to fit in with everyone and do what she can to be the best that she can. The other main character, Mal, he was quite interesting because he was a very strong character, and he definitely had definitive ideas about what he was going to do with his life and the way he was going to go and the direction that his life was going to take. He was very sort of focused, and he was very strong and individual, and I enjoyed that. However, he's not overly good with love, and when it comes to love, he's kind of a bit clueless, and that kind of makes him a lot more likeable, so I enjoyed that aspect of him as well, and I did think that that made him a lot more believable as a character, because no one is perfect, so why should they be perfect in these books? They need to have some flaws. One of the other characters who I really found interesting was the Darkling. I thought that the way he came across was very kind of intriguing and mysterious, and we really don't know much about him, and it's just very interesting to find out where his story sort of links into theirs, and that was definitely a very exciting quirk that the story had to it. Although I kind of guessed where the Darkling's story was going from the outset, I didn't guess the sort of twist that happened, and that was really cool, and I enjoyed that a lot. And yeah, I'm definitely intrigued to see what happens with him in book 2, because I think that things will definitely get a lot more dramatic and exciting in book 2, so yeah, hopefully I can pick that up soon. Overall, it was just a really fast-paced and enjoyable read, and if you like YA, if you like Russian settings or anything like that, then definitely worth picking it up. It's got fantasy elements, it's got magic and so on, so it's definitely a really cool read, and for a YA read I kind of raced through it very quickly, so I would definitely recommend it to you guys. So you should pick it up. Let me know down below if you have any comments, and I will definitely respond to them. If you are going to put spoilers, please put spoiler at the top of your comments so that other people who have not read the book won't be spoiled. Thank you. But otherwise I will talk to you in the comments, guys, so I will see you all in my next video. Bye! Me and you gonna have a little chat.